Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Fourth Quarter Podcast. I know it looked a bit different today. We got some technical difficulties going on, but that's all right. Not gonna let that slow us down now. Anyway, guys, a huge win for the O's last night, 11-2, as that finishes a 3-game sweep over the Tampa Bay Rays. A huge win last night. Gunnar Henderson hit 2 home runs. Much needed for Gunnar. It's been no secret he's been struggling this season mightily from the plate. 2 home runs for Gunnar. How about Blaze Alexander, too? 6 RBIs. He's absolutely on fire right now from the plate. And also, I wanted to say, shout out Mike Elias, bringing in Blaze Alexander during spring training, much needed fit for our clubhouse, can play every position almost, third base, shortstop, second base, center field. Great clubhouse guy. Love the energy Blaze brings to the team. I just think he's been a great addition so far this season. Obviously, unfortunately, with Westburg being out, Kobe Mayo in and out of the lineup. It's great to see consistency in there. And also, how about our starting pitching? We're going to start with Trey Gibson last night. The rookie made his first start at Camden Yards, only his second career start in the major leagues. He pitched 5 2/3, only gave up 1 run last night. Absolutely amazing stuff from him. And obviously, the Orioles starting pitching this series against the Rays obviously has been the main reason why we've been able to sweep them. Going back to Kyle Bradish, game 1 on Monday, giving a bit 6 innings of 1-run baseball on Memorial Day. And then yesterday, 2 nights ago, you got Shane Baz going 7 innings of 1 run, 10 strikeouts. Amazing stuff. And then last night, again, the rookie, Trey Gibson, called with the spot start yesterday. I believe they announced yesterday afternoon he was going to make the start. So it was supposed to be Chris Bassett who's going to go tonight. But I believe yesterday was supposed to be Bassett, and they called up Gibson. So, coming in there off short notice and just, great performance for him last night. Also, last night, I want to say this has been by far the best defensive game the Orioles have played all season. Very crisp in the field. Gunnar made some great plays last night. Jeremiah Jackson and Blaze Alexander, man. I believe we turned 4 double plays, and that's obviously great help for the rookie. You got a rookie on the mound there. He did have some trouble. He got a couple guys on there early in the game and, turned some double plays there and great get him out of jam. So that's great for him. Also, another guy I want to mention, I don't think I mentioned him before, but Leody Taveras. This guy's been a huge addition to our team. Again, another kind of under-the-radar guy, center fielder, but, I think we expected Colton Cowser to be our everyday center fielder this season, but as he's been up and down, it's great to see a guy, Leody Taveras, can kind of step in that role and be the everyday center fielder, and just another guy that I think is a great addition to our team, great under-the-radar signing from Mike Elias there. Unfortunately, last night it did look like Yennier Cano suffered a hamstring injury. He did struggle with command last night as he looked pretty off. He's been pretty good this season, so that did look a bit concerning. Hopefully it's not long for him to be out there. But also, Andrew Kittredge last night, he got put in a huge spot. He had the bases loaded with nobody out there, and I believe it was the 8th inning. And he goes on to strike out the side. And at that point in the game, the score was 11-1, so, still pretty much out of reach. But if you allow a couple guys to get a couple of hits there, next thing you know, it turns into like 11-5, 11-6. You're looking at a whole different ballgame now. So, great for Andrew Kittredge to strike out the side and get out of that jam in the 8th inning, Much needed for him. He's also been kind of struggling this season. And, we continue our homestand against the Jays this weekend. 4 games against Toronto. Looks like tonight will be Chris Bassett against Patrick Corbin. Chris Bassett's going against his former squad, the Blue Jays. I expect us to play pretty well. We now won 5 games in a row, which is our biggest win streak of the season. It's great for those so far. And, I expect them to play well at home and to carry over this positive momentum there against the Blue Jays. So, also tonight, guys, we got Game 6 in the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Game 6 is in San Antonio tonight. Now, obviously, this has been a very great series. I think it's been great to see both teams adjust. You see the way the Spurs adjusted to the Thunder Game 1, and then the Thunder bounced back and adjusted to the Spurs after the Spurs took games 2 and 3, I believe. Now the Thunder have taken game 4 and 5. So it's, now tonight we're going to see how can the Spurs adjust to kind of what the Thunder have been doing now. The Thunder have been kind of doing other ways, getting other ways to get Shea involved there. They've been kind of, getting him into spots more easily. I'm also wondering, how can Wembanyama get it going early in the paint? I think he didn't score his first bucket last game until almost the second quarter, which obviously can't happen for them. Wemby only finished with 20 points game 5. So you got to, honestly, for the Spurs to win tonight, I'd look for Wemby to go over 35 plus for sure. I think he's going to have a huge game. You're going to have one of those big desperation Wembanyama games like game 2. I think it was game 2 when he had 40 points, 17 blocks, 17 rebounds, stuff like that. I'm expecting a big Wembanyama game like that tonight if we do expect the Spurs to win and have this game go to 7 games. Also, De'Aaron Fox, dealing with the ankle injury. I need him. He needs to be better if the Spurs have a chance to win. He was very good game 2 for them. But yeah, he's been inconsistent. Dylan Harper's battling some injuries. So yeah, the Spurs are in a tough spot, but this is their shot. Obviously, if they have to use all their, kind of tools and momentum, energy to get this game tonight and focus on Game 7. So if they can focus on tonight, focus on, you got to get, not SGA, you got to get Wembanyama going on the paint early. I expect him to get some early looks there in the paint, obviously. I'm expecting Wemby to go for 40-plus tonight, so expect a big game out of Wembanyama. The crowd will be loud, probably their last game in San Antonio this season, so I expect it to be loud there. And yeah, look for Wemby to score 40-plus tonight. And also Shea, Shea's having an up-and-down, quiet series, but the main hero for the Thunder this series, MVP by far, is Alex Caruso, the GOAT. This guy can do every role they need him. Play defense, shoot threes, lock down Wemby almost, but just he seems to be the perfect fit for the Thunder, and I think he's like the perfect MVP for this team, the captain, and he can kind of read the feel of the game, and when he comes in, he can say, okay, does the team need defense? Do we need to get a couple stops? Do we need to knock down a couple threes? Whatever it is to do, they need to get done. I feel like Caruso can do that. He's just a great guy to have in your team. He's played great this series. I think he scored 31 points game 1. So, yeah, Alex Caruso, man, huge series for him. And I expect Shea to have another big game tonight as well. The Spurs are throwing some tough things at Shea. Another way they're defending him, they're kind of taking away his outlet option. They're making him drive to the paint, which he can pull up. And if that shot's not there, like he did miss a lot of those Shea's patented pull-up middies. Game 5, they're kind of taking away his passing lanes and clogging up the middle. It's just really tough for Shea, but I expect him to kind of figure that out and knock down his shots tonight. And I think he'll go for 30-plus tonight. Anyway, yeah, guys. So also, a final thing I want to talk about today is the Ravens OTA is obviously going on. Again, yesterday, Lamar Jackson, our hero, our GOAT, talked to the media for the first time since that terrible loss last January. And I just want to say, man, I feel like Lamar handles the media so well. Literally to the T, perfectly, man. Especially, I'm not going to call out Baltimore media because I'd love to be one day in the Baltimore media and I'd love to be at the press conference one day. But I got to say, some of these questions you guys are asking Lamar, I mean, just be better. Be better. Can we not ask about his contract? We haven't heard from him in months. And we're bombarding him with his contract stuff. And then also a few questions about like his running style. I'm like, bro, his playing style. About like, oh, people say you got a short shelf life and all. Man, I love Lamar. So Lamar said, I just want to win. And he said, if I need to run, use my legs, I'll do that. If I need to, he just wants to win. All he cares about is winning. So yeah, I feel like he handles the media so well. It's nothing new. He's a very personable guy. I just feel like some of the questions about him, bro, like focus on, I don't know. It's just frustrating. And also like the contract stuff, like just, I feel like Lamar, they just focus on what's in front of us right now, and that'll get handled on its own. I know you got to ask questions about that, but just I feel like some of the questions are like, bro, his responses are perfect, though. He's a troll, though. The one guy, it was Ryan, he was like, I'm not going to spoil it, Ryan. He's just so funny, man. And this guy, man, just personable guy, truly a great guy, and I love him, obviously, but no. Yeah, he said he spent a lot of time with Jesse Minter and Declan Doyle, obviously, getting used to the new scheme. And Lamar says he loves Jesse Minter. He seems to always have a smile on his face, man. I'm just very excited for this kind of season. But anyway, guys, yeah, I just was very excited to hear Lamar talk yesterday. I'm not trying to call out any Baltimore media people. Listen, I love y'all. Do your job, respect you. I'd love to be one of you guys one day. But listen, guys, for real, some of these questions on Lamar I was not a fan of yesterday. I feel like just tone it down a bit. He's our guy, man. And someone asked him, like, do you see yourself playing anywhere besides the Ravens? Like, man, what kind of question is that, bro? Like, yes, he loves Baltimore, man. He's not going anywhere. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you can't tell already, I'm going to get very defensive over Lamar because he puts up with a lot of BS. Now, anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more. The O's can get a sweep against the Blue Jays now. Yes, sir. Stay tuned. Wembanyama 40-plus tonight. You already heard it here first. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.